Hi guys, I wanted to make a video about my blog last night, FASD, the ripple effect, because it's becoming more and more apparent that professionals, teachers, doctors don't quite get it still, and they're probably the ones that should more than anyone else. When you've got fetal alcohol spectrum disorder, you have a selection of problems that cause a chain of events. When you're explaining it to a professional, they pick out one problem and they reply back to you, oh, but other children do that. Oh, but other children have that issue. This is so infuriating. I've heard it so many times, not just by professionals, by people in general. But what they don't realise is when you've got fetal alcohol spectrum disorder, you have one problem that sets off a few other problems as well. Now, take a child at school that's doing work in the classroom and they're doing it wrong, and the teacher tells them that they're doing it wrong. That child then will start thinking, oh well, I can't do this, I'm not able to do this, and it starts them thinking negatively. And we can't get past things like neurotypical people can. It plays on our minds for a long time. Now when you're an adult, it's even harder sometimes, because if, say for instance, that happens, but you're an adult, obviously you're not in the classroom, but you do something and it's not right, or it upsets someone, and they tell you that they're upset, or they've done wrong, or you've done wrong. I take that very negatively. I take that very personal. I start thinking that person doesn't care, they don't love me, they don't want me around, which then triggers depression and anxiety at the same time, because I get home, I'm on my own, I'm thinking about what they've said and how I think they think about me, and then it makes going to see that person again very awkward, because I'm not in the best place. I feel uncomfortable being there with them because I feel they don't want me there. But when I'm at home on my own thinking about all this, I don't want to go out. I don't want to face people, because I start thinking, other people are looking at me funny, or what's wrong with me. Obviously I know what's wrong with me, but it starts a really negative chain of events, and eventually we have a meltdown, causing stress. And when you've got something like traits of borderline personality disorder, it can get to the point where you could possibly end up suicidal and have suicidal thoughts. I've been there, I've done it. I have to be careful personally to make sure I don't go and drink, because I've dealt with addiction, 10 years of addiction, and as an adult it would be so easy just to go and pick up a drink again, but then everything I've achieved would just be gone out the window. So think about what you're saying when you're listening to someone that's explaining FASD, and instead of just saying the first thing that pops into your head, actually think about what that child or that adult is dealing with, and how it